Picture this, a plate of vibrant, clean-eating food that doesn't just nourish your body, but dances on your taste buds with every bite. Sound too good to be true? What if I told you that you could transform your healthy meals from bland to bold with just a sprinkle of spices and a handful of herbs? Today, we're diving into the art of making clean eating anything, well, boring. From zesty breakfasts to savory dinners, I'm sharing tips, tricks, and flavor-packed ideas to keep your meals exciting and your wellness goals on track. Welcome to Healthy Start, your go-to channel for making healthy living delicious and doable. Let's spice things up. First, let's talk about why clean eating can sometimes feel like a chore. You're steaming veggies, grilling lean proteins, and sticking to whole grains, great choices. But without the right flavors, those plates can start to feel like a monotonous march toward health. The secret to breaking that cycle lies in your spice rack and herb garden. Spices and herbs aren't just garnishes, they're flavor powerhouses that elevate your meals without adding extra calories, sodium, or processed junk. They're the key to keeping clean eating sustainable and, dare I say, crave-worthy. Let's start with breakfast, because who says your morning meal has to be a snooze? Imagine a bowl of creamy Greek yogurt topped with fresh berries. Nice, but basic. Now sprinkle in a pinch of ground cinnamon and a dash of cardamom. Suddenly, you've got a warm, aromatic masterpiece that feels like a hug in a bowl. Cinnamon isn't just sweet and cozy, it's a clean-eating MVP that pairs beautifully with oats, smoothies, or even roasted sweet potatoes. Cardamom, with its slightly floral kick, adds a layer of sophistication that makes your breakfast feel like it came from a fancy cafe. Pro tip: toast your spices lightly in a dry pan for a minute to unlock their full aroma before adding them to your dish. That simple step takes your yogurt bowl from good to unforgettable. If you're more of a savory breakfast fan, let's talk herbs. Fresh dill and chives can transform a plate of scrambled eggs into something vibrant and gourmet. Chop a tablespoon of dill and mix it into your eggs as they cook. The bright, slightly tangy flavor cuts through the richness of the eggs, making every bite pop. Chives, with their mild onion easing, add a fresh finish when sprinkled on top. Pair this with a side of sautéed spinach, lightly seasoned with smoked paprika, and you've got a breakfast that's clean, colorful, and anything but boring. The best part, these herbs are easy to grow on a windowsill, so you can snip them fresh whenever inspiration strikes. Now let's move to lunch, where salads often get a bad rap for being dull. A pile of greens and grilled chicken can feel like a punishment if you're not careful. But here's where spices and herbs come to the rescue. Let's build a Southwest-inspired salad that's bursting with flavor. Start with a base of romaine and kale crisp and nutrient-packed. Add grilled chicken breast, but don't just season it with salt and pepper. Rub it with a blend of chili powder, cumin, and a touch of cayenne before cooking. That trio brings smoky, earthy, and just a hint of heat that screams bold. For the dressing, skip the store-bought stuff and whisk together olive oil, lime juice, and fresh cilantro. Cilantro's citrusy, herbaceous vibe ties the whole salad together, making each bite feel like a fiesta. Toss in some black beans and diced avocado for creaminess, and you've got a lunch that's as satisfying as it is healthy. Here's a little secret for keeping your spice game strong. Make your own blends. Store-bought seasoning mixes can be loaded with sodium or artificial additives, which isn't exactly clean eating friendly. Instead, mix up a batch of your own taco seasoning with chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, and a pinch of oregano. Store it in an airtight jar, and you've got to go to blend for chicken, fish, or even roasted veggies. Not only does this save you money, but it also lets you tweak the flavors to your liking. Love a little extra kick? Add more cayenne? Prefer something smokier? Double up on the smoked paprika. Your spice blends, your rolls. Let's talk dinner, because this is where clean eating can either shine or fall flat. Picture a simple grilled salmon fillet-omega-3s for days, but it needs some love to avoid tasting like, well, plain fish. Enter fresh rosemary in time. These witty herbs are like the dynamic duo of the herb world. Rub your salmon with a little olive oil, then press in a mix of chopped rosemary, thyme, and a sprinkle of lemon zest. Grill or bake it, and the result is a dish that's fragrant, flavorful, and feels like it belongs in a 5-star restaurant. Pair it with roasted asparagus, lightly dusted with garlic powder and a pinch of red pepper flakes for a subtle heat. The key here is balance. Let the herbs and spices enhance the natural flavors of your ingredients without overpowering them. If you're a vegetarian or just want to mix things up, let's try a plant-based dinner that's just as exciting. Take a humble sweet potato, cube it, and toss it with olive oil, smoked paprika, and fresh sage. Roast until crispy on the outside and tender inside. The smoky paprika plays off the sweet potato's natural sweetness, while sage adds an earthy, almost nutty depth. Serve this alongside a quinoa bowl with sautéed kale and a tahini lemon dressing spiked with fresh parsley. Parsley isn't just a garnish, it's clean, slightly peppery flavor brightens up any dish, making it a must-have for clean eaters. This meal is proof that plant-based eating can be hearty, flavorful, and anything but boring. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. How do you keep your spice and herb game fresh without breaking the bank or letting things go to waste? First, buy spices in small quantities from bulk bins if you can. This way, you're not stuck with a giant jar of turmeric that loses its punch before you use it up. For herbs, consider growing your favorites like basil, mint, or oregano in small pots. They're low maintenance and add a touch of green to your kitchen. If fresh herbs aren't an option, dried herbs are a solid backup. Just use about a third of the amount called for in recipes, since dried herbs are more concentrated. And here's a game changer: freeze your fresh herbs. Chop them up, mix with a little olive oil, and freeze in ice cube trays. Pop one out when you're cooking, and you've got instant flavor without the waste. Let's get a little creative with snacks, because clean eating doesn't mean giving up on fun. Ever tried roasted chickpeas? Drain a can of chickpeas, pat them dry, and toss with olive oil, cumin, and a pinch of cinnamon. Roast at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, and you've got a crunchy, protein-packed snack that's sweet, savory, and totally addictive. Or how about a quick dip for your veggie sticks? Blend Greek yogurt with fresh mint, a squeeze of lemon, and a dash of garlic powder. It's creamy, refreshing, and makes those carrot sticks feel like a treat. These snacks are proof that clean eating can be just as indulgent as it is good for you. One thing I love about spices and herbs is how they connect us to different cultures. Take za'atar, a Middle Eastern blend of thyme, sesame seeds, and sumac. Sprinkle it on roasted veggies or mix it with olive oil for a killer dip with whole grain pita. Or try garam masala, an Indian spice mix that adds warmth and depth to lentil soups or roasted cauliflower. Exploring these flavors isn't just about making your food taste better. It's like taking your taste buds on a global adventure without leaving your kitchen. Plus, it's a great way to keep your clean eating journey fresh and exciting. As you experiment, don't be afraid to play with flavor pairings. Some combos are pure magic, like basil and lemon zest for a bright, some revive, or cumin and coriander for a warm, earthy feel. If you're not sure where to start, think about the flavor profiles you love. Craving something bold and smoky? Reach for chipotle powder or smoked paprika. Want something fresh and vibrant? Mint or cilantro are your friends. The more you play, the more confident you'll get, and soon you'll be tossing spices and herbs into your dishes like a pro. Before we wrap up, let's talk about a few mistakes to avoid. First, don't overdo it. A little spice goes a long way, and too much can overpower your dish. Start small, taste as you go, and build from there. Second, keep an eye on your spice shelf life. Most ground spices are good for about a year, so give them a sniff before using. If they've lost their aroma, it's time to replace them. Finally, don't skip the fresh stuff entirely. Dried herbs and spices are great, but fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or basil add a brightness that's hard to beat. Balance is key. So, there you have it, your guide to making clean eating delicious, exciting, and anything but boring with the power of spices and herbs. Whether you're jazzing up breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even snacks, these flavor boosters are your ticket to meals that taste as good as they make you feel. If you love these tips, Don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Start and hit that notification bell so you never miss a recipe or hack to keep your healthy lifestyle on point. Drop a comment below and let me know your favorite spice or herb combo. I can't wait to hear what you're cooking up. Until next time, keep eating clean and keep it flavorful.